Babylon. Not Memphis, the Egyptian capital, and Tahpanhes are spoken of as feeding on Judah and Jerusalem at the crown of the head as a result of the apostasy of the Jews. Any support from Egypt was doubtless obtained at a high cost to the royal leaders of Judah. But they would become ashamed of Egypt, even as they had become ashamed of Assyria. J2. 1, 2, 14-19, 36. Remnant flee there. Following the Babylonian conquest of Judah in 607 BCE and the subsequent assassination of Gedaliah, the remnant of Jews went down to Egypt, taking the prophet Jeremiah with them. The first place mentioned at which they arrived or settled in Egypt is Tahpanhes. J43. 5-7 This would evidently locate Tahpanhes in the eastern delta region, that is, the any corner of Lower Egypt. Some of the refugees settled in Tahpanhes. J44. 1, 7, 8 On arrival at Tahpanhes, Jeremiah enacted a prophetic scene directed by Jehovah, placing stones in the mortar of the terrace of bricks that is at the entrance of the house of Pharaoh in Tahpanhes in the presence of the other Jews. Then he made the proclamation that Nebuchadnezzar would come and place his throne and extend his state tent right over those very stones. J43. 8-13. Compare 46. 13, 14. In faraway Babylon in the 27th year of the first exile, that is, 591 BCE, the prophet Ezekiel also foretold that Nebuchadnezzar would conquer Egypt, and in Tahpanhes the day will actually grow dark, for Jehovah would there break the yoke bars in the pride of Egypt's strength. This statement and Ezekiel's reference to the dependent towns of Tahpanhes indicate that the city was one of importance and size. As 29. 19. 30. 1, 2, 10-18. Suggested origin of name. Some translators understand the name Tahpanhes to mean in Egyptian the fortress of Pinhais, Pinhais being a general from the southern city of Thebes who overcame rebellious elements in the delta region of Egypt, apparently in the latter part of the 2nd millennium BCE. The Greek Septuagint renders Tahpanhes as Daphnes, and it is generally believed that this name coincides with that of an important fortified city on Egypt's eastern border called Daphne by the Greek writers of the classical period. For this reason some geographers identify Tahpanhes with Tel Daphne, nearly 50 km 30 mi SSW of Port Said and about 45 km 28 mi WSW of Pelusium, the suggested site of Sin. Tahpanhes. Wife of the Egyptian pharaoh contemporary Textoi Acute Muritra Longo, Tamar 1063, the northern part of the Promised Land. The Lagardian edition of the Greek Septuagint says land of the Hittites toward Kadesh, a similar reading being used by some modern translations. JB, NE, RS. Talent. The largest of the Hebrew units of weight and of monetary value. X38. 29. 2 Sa 12. 30. 1 Chi 10. 10. 2 Chi 23. 33. 1 Ch 29. 7. 2 Ch 36. 3. As rate. 26 calculated on the basis of its equaling 60 minas or 3,000 shekels x 38. 25, 26. C mina, a talent weighed 34.2 kilograms 75.5 pounds AFB. 91.75 pounds T. 1101 Oz T. In modern values a talent of silver would be reckoned at $6,606. 00 and a talent of gold at $385,350. 00. Since a mina equaled 100 Greek drachmas in the 1st century CE, a talent of 60 minas weighed 20.4 kilograms 44.8 pounds AFB. 54.5 pounds T. 654 Oz T, less than in Hebrew scripture times. Accordingly, in modern values, a 1st century silver talent would be worth $3,924. 00, and a gold talent $228,900. 00. Reckoned according to the Greek standard, the symbolic hailstones weighing about 1 talent 20.4 kilograms. 44.8 pounds, as referred to at Revelation 16. 21, would be a devastating plague. Talithakumi talai middle dot thakumi. The Semitic expression used by Jesus Christ at the time he resurrected Jairus' daughter. It means, maiden, I say to you, get up. Mr. 5. 41. The transliterations of this expression vary in Greek manuscripts. While it is often referred to as Aramaic, at least the latter part of the phrase kumi could be either Hebrew or Aramaic, according to Vine's Expository Dictionary of Old and New Testament Words 1981, Volume 4, p. 109. Lexicographer Gesenius derives talitha from the Hebrew word for lamb talmidal.leh. A Hebrew and English Lexicon of the Old Testament, by Brown, Driver, and Briggs, 1980, p. 378. Almai Talmai. 1. Brother of Ahiman and Shishai, sons of Anak. New 13. 22. Jos 15. 14. JG 1. 10. See him in number 1. Some scholars think that the name Tamahu, found in a hieroglyphic inscription depicting a tall, light,